What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling City. As always, I am your host, the mayor of Wrestling City, Taylor, and this is your Monday Night Raw review for December 15th, 2025. Now, the big question for me coming into tonight's episode of Raw was what is next for Gunther? What is next for Gunther after he defeated and retired the greatest of all time, John Cena, after making him tap out? After making John Cena do the one thing that he has never done in his career, and that is give up. What was the next thing for Gunther? Because, yeah, Saturday night was probably the biggest moment of Gunther's career. I mean, he's going to look back at that for the rest of his career, and he's probably going to be proud of it. And he's going to be thinking later on down the road, like, wow, I was really John Cena's final match, final opponent. That alone was big, but now we need to move on from that, and we need to figure out what is next for Gunther. Because at this point, the only way for the only way is up. That's the only way for Gunther is to go up from there. Now, when you look back at the past opponents that has beaten John Cena over the last 2, 3 years, didn't turn out very good for those two guys. And the two guys that I think of are Austin Theory and Solo Sikoa. Now, Austin Theory and Solo Sikoa are not on the level that Gunther is. Gunther is in pretty much a league of his own. So, because you look back at when Austin Theory beat John Cena, nothing came out of that. I mean, nothing. I can't name one thing that Austin Theory did after that. They put him. They essentially threw him in a tag team with Grayson Waller. That led to pretty much nothing. That led to them bickering for months upon months. That it just didn't end. The only reason it ended is because Austin Theory got hurt, and then Solo Sikoa he defeated John Cena at some Saudi Arabia show in 2023, and nothing happened. I think Solo Sikoa went on some like 20 to 30 losing streak right after that. His next 20 to 30 matches he lost. So now we didn't really get a clear picture. We did get some hints. We got a major hint, and that question with what's next for Gunther was that was also floating around on social media, and there were a few. Well, this was the one thing that I saw regarding what's next for Gunther, and a lot of people want to see him challenge Cody Rhodes next at WrestleMania for the WWE title. Now, that is a match I would like to see because I do think that the WWE Championship is going to be in Gunther's future at some point, but I don't think we need to jump right into that. Now, you could because you just defeated John Cena, arguably, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. So that could warrant a WWE Championship match, but I think we can pump the brakes just a little bit. I think there's some. I think. I think you need to play on to this legend killer, this career killer gimmick. I think that's what they're going to dive into with Gunther moving forward, and we got a hint that they're going to continue that because Gunther kicked off Raw, and the heat that he got here tonight was it it honestly it made me smile. I'm not even gonna lie, it made me smile. I was like, this is exactly what I prayed for. This is exactly what I prayed for coming out of Saturday night's main event was the reaction Gunther was going to get. You knew it was going to be boos, but he could not get a single word out where the crowd was booing him so loud that you couldn't even hear what he was saying. we did hear what he said, and he made it very clear. I'll get into that right now. So he gets into the ring, and just instantly he starts booing. The fans just start booing him out of the building. We got chants of "you suck" chants, and he just laughed. He just laughed at them because he knows they're wrong. And I'm hoping that they know that they're wrong too, because Gunther does not suck. He just doesn't suck. But and then we sadly, unfortunately, got those "you tapped out" chants, because everybody remembers what he did at WrestleMania 41 this year, where he tapped out to Jey Uso, and it sucks that that had to happen, because he's going to have to deal with that probably for the rest of his career. Is that he taps out to Yeet Man, Entrance Man, Jey Uso at WrestleMania 41 to lose the WWE champion, the World Heavyweight Championship. But so they're chanting "you tapped out," and then he says he did what he said he would do. He said he made John Cena give up, and when he gave up, he tapped out like a little bitch. He said he made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. And look, I'm a fan of John Cena, but when he said that, it made me laugh a little bit, and it made me smile, because Gunther is just so damn good. God, man. And he just played with the crowd here. So after he got done saying this, he just dropped the mic. He dropped the mic, and he got ready to walk out of the ring. He's walking back up the aisleway, but then halfway up the ramp, he turns around and he goes back into the ring, poses in the turnbuckle. Fans continue to chant "you suck." Um, as he takes his leave a second time, smiling. He's just got this biggest smile on his face. He's enjoying every second of this. You can tell how much he loves being a heel, man, and he's so damn good at it. He starts making his way back up the stage again, and then he turns around and walks back to the ring. And this time, he gets up on the announce table, and he's just standing up there. He's just soaking it all in. He's just telling her to bring it on. Oh, come on, is that the best you got? I can't hear you. Come on, you can be louder than that. He's got them in the palm of his hand. He had them right here in the palm of his hand, just basking in it, man. And then finally, he then grabbed the mic again, and he said he's just saying it again. I made John Cena tap out. And then finally, he walks back up the ramp, and he walks through the entrance, through Gorilla, and then the cameraman is following him all the way through. So then he's walking through the backstage area now at this point, and he runs into Alpha Academy Otis and Takira Tozawa. Otis says he must feel pretty good in like a shaming way, and then the ring general agrees. He says, "I do, I do feel really good. I bet you do after retiring John Cena." So then next he keeps walking. He's like, "All right, enough of these bums. Let me keep walking here. I don't have time for these bums." Um, he's walking through Gorilla, and then R-Truth uh steps up to him, and he says he calls Gunther a piece of trash, and then which he gently agrees with in a smug kind of think. He says, "Think what you like. I beat the guy. You know, I mean, you can call me a piece of trash all you want, but I beat your childish hero. So get out of my way, bum. Get out of my, get out of my way, you bum." And then Adam Pierce, he walks up to Gunther to ask if he's proud of walking over John Cena's legacy like that, and Gunther says, "I am. I actually am. Thanks for asking. And then Pierce says that he said that doesn't make him the ring general. It makes him an asshole. So Gunther says, sure, and asks if there's anything else. And Adam says he's done for the night and he should find the exit. So Gunther does so, and the camera follows him out to the parking lot where you can hear the crowd calling Gunther an asshole. And he's walking to his car, and then AJ Styles was standing there waiting for Gunther at his car, and he just kind of, moves out of the way and just, here you go. Here's your rental. Be on your way. So he gets in his car. He asks if he has anything to tell him, and AJ just gestures for the car. And Gunther gets inside and starts to drive off. But before he completely drives off, he rolls the window down for one more cheeky little, just playing up to the fact that he beat John Cena. He says, "Hey AJ, before I leave," does the "you can't see me" gesture, and then he drives off. And that was the last time we saw Gunther tonight. But that right there, the face to face with AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles, he has said that he doesn't have much longer. He, I think he kind of hinted that WrestleMania 42 might be his last match. And I, I can't think of a better opponent, honestly, for Gunther or for AJ Styles than Gunther. Because, I mean, that's a match we haven't seen. AJ Styles is definitely a legend. He's had one hell of a career, not just in WWE, but in TNA, New Japan, WWE. He's a legend, and they are clearly portraying Gunther as this day and age legend killer. But I think they're kind of adding their own twist to it. Now they're calling him the career killer because that's what Michael Cole said after he defeated John Cena Saturday night. Gunther is the new career killer, and I, I would do AJ Styles versus Gunther at WrestleMania 42 because that's just the match that I want to see. We haven't seen that match yet, and that is a match that I would love to see. And I am all for Gunther beating AJ Styles at WrestleMania, sending AJ Styles home, and we continue with this career killer gimmick. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are into that. I mean, what would you guys like to see Gunther do moving forward? Because if it's not AJ Styles right now, if I had to guess, he might feud with some other people on the roster. I'm not sure who yet, but that's the major thing is AJ Styles, and that's clearly a direction that they could go in because if it wasn't, then they probably wouldn't have showed it to you. But they're dropping those seeds. They're dropping those seeds. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of that. If you guys want to see that, what's next for Gunther. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. So after that, we had a tag team match between the Usos and the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. The Usos did pick up the win here. They defeated the New Day, so that was that. And then we got a Kabuki Warriors promo where they berate Io Sky for abandoning them. Rio are shown walking backstage to send us to a break, and then we got back from commercial break. Let's see here. We got back from commercial break, and Logan Paul is congratulating Bronson Reed on his part and all that. Oh, so they actually showed a recap of LA Knight getting taken off TV last week, and then Logan Paul's congratulating Bronson Reed on his part and all that, and Bron Breakker says now it's CM Punk's turn. Logan Paul asks if the Masked Man is going to show up, which he did. We finally figured out who the Masked Man is. I'll get into that just a little bit later. Um, yeah, he asked if the Masked Man is going to show up, and Paul Heyman says he doesn't know who he is, but he'll take the help, and if they're aligned with each other, he'll take the help. So let's see what we got here. We had an Intercontinental Championship match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not see this match, but Maxine Dupree, she won by submission with a ankle lock, retaining the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I mean, that's kind of what we expected. I mean, Ivy Nile. I don't know why she got this title match in the first place. I guess you can just come on the show after missing months upon months of not being shown on TV, and you can just come back whenever you want. And I guess you can just get a title match whenever you want. I mean, that's what Ivy Nile did. I think the last time we saw her before tonight was June in the summertime. So I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got a promo from CM Punk. Now, I was looking forward to this. I was looking forward to what CM Punk was going to say to Bron Breakker after the last 2 weeks and following War Games too. He says he was forced to miss 2 consecutive Raws because people that are smarter than him wouldn't clear him to fight or fly. I mean, maybe, but I think we all know the real reason why. It's because his dog passed away. You know, rest in peace, Larry. So I'm sure that's the main thing why he missed the last 2 weeks, because he just wanted to have time to, you know, get over that. Because losing a pet, it's a hard thing for most people to get over with. I mean, I've lost some pets in over the years. I've lost a dog and a cat, and it's it's one of the worst feelings ever. So there's no telling what Punk was going through, because that dog was pretty much Punk's child. So I just couldn't imagine what he was going through. So, you know, rest in peace to Larry. But Punk is back. He says, but getting hurt wasn't as painful as sitting home and listening to Bron Breakker talk about him. He calls Braun a cross eyed Nepo baby. These wrestlers just love throwing around that Nepo baby line. I mean, Cody Rhodes is a Nepo baby. Bron Breakker is a Nepo baby. Dom Mysterio is a Nepo baby. So I guess everybody's a Nepo baby at this point. He calls Braun a Nepo baby and says he knows he's smarter. He knows. Oh, he says he knows smarts don't run in his family, but he signed up for war games, not board games. Punk dropping some bars tonight. And his team won, and he's got the audacity to stand here and talk about how easy it was to pin CM Punk. And you talk about how you want 2011 CM Punk when you can't handle 2025 Punk, CM Punk, without a lot of help from his friends. Assists from a Brock Lesnar F5 or a Bronson Reed Tsunami or Drew McIntyre splitting his head open on the cage, or help from a masked man. So congratulations, you pinned him and you earned a title shot, but you didn't do it alone, did you? He's been here before many times, and you just ask how many times Paul Heyman gassed young talent up a little too much, too soon, and they witted under the hot lights. If they had a if he had a dime for every time he's been across from young talent gassed up as the next big thing, he'd have a pocket full of dimes. And if you ever, and then he says, speaking of dimes, if you ever mention his wife and it goes from business to personal, and he'll rip your eyes out of your head and piss on your single digit IQ brain. Damn. Punk is being, okay. He's going to piss in his brain. I'm sure Brock Lesnar would enjoy seeing that. All right. Sorry. He tell Braun to show up alone on January 5th to test himself one on one against the best in the world. But he knows he won't do it because he doesn't have the heart or the belief in himself. So go ahead. Bring Paul Heyman, the Vision, the Masked Man, the National Guard. Hell, call up your dumb father and his dumb brother, Scott, because you're going to need all the help you can get to stand a snowball's chance in hell of beating me for the title. And when he wins and Braun wakes up and sees Heyman's gone on the next big thing and his mystery man hasn't shown his face, all he'll have is Dumb and Dumber. And even with Steiner math, GTS equals 1, 2, 3, you lose. Punk wins and still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and the best in the world, CM Punk. And that was it. That was it. Good promo here from CM Punk. He had a lot of fire behind him, and those are the best CM Punk promos when he's got that fire behind him. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this match on January 5th between Punk and Bron Breakker for the world title. I still want to see Bron Breakker win that title. I really do. I just I just think it's time, and I think Bron Breakker's proven that he's ready to be a world champion. I'm I just don't have a lot of faith in creative to make that happen. But fingers crossed that they do the right thing and they put the title on Bron Breakker there. So next up, we had a women's world title match: Raquel Rodriguez versus Stephanie Vicaire. I'll go through some of this match. I'll pick up after the commercial break. So Rodriguez is in control with a Japanese stranglehold. Vicaire breaks away. Lane kicks in, stinger splash, getting Raquel in the corner, and she hits a dragon screw, trying for a back suplex, blocked with an overhead elbow into the corner, shoulder blocks up and over. This time, Stephanie gets the back suplex. Devil's Kiss connects. Corner knees follow it. Upper hooks. Rodriguez fights out and swats her down with a lariat, spilling out to the floor. Diving crossbody. Raquel catches her, but Stephanie slips out and puts her into the post. And then Nikki Bella jumps the guardrail and throws Vicaire into the post, causing a DQ finish. Gosh, man. I just don't I just don't care for Nikki Bella. I mean, we're going into 2026. It's time to leave Nikki Bella behind. She's a loser. She already had her title match and she lost. She doesn't need another one. She just doesn't. I'm gosh. I just don't get why we're putting her in these positions. I really don't. She doesn't fit in with this current era of women's wrestling. She doesn't fit in on the mic. She doesn't fit in the ring. She doesn't fit in anywhere. I don't get it. I just I just don't get it. Some of you may get it. Some of you may still be a fan of Nikki Bella, but it's time to move on. It just is. She just doesn't fit in. She just seems like an outsider with the rest of these women. So, all right, main event time. Main event time. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. I'll pick up with this after the commercial break. All right. Paul whips Ray into the corner. Body avalanche connects off the top rope. Nobody home. Mysterio passes him to the apron. Drop kick. Logan hanging on the second rope, but he ducks the 619, then hops back up onto the apron to cut Ray off. Up top, Rey Mysterio lands an enziguri and then climbs up with him. Avalanche Frankensteiner cover, no deal. Ray goes for a moonsault, but Logan counters. Running power slam, still not enough. Powerbomb counter. Ray gets him on the ropes, but Paul cuts him off with a straight suplex, hanging onto the face lock, thinking three amigos. Getting to the third one, but He puts Mysterio up in the turnbuckles, gives a little shimmy. Ray counters and hits Ray counters into a sunset flip powerbomb off the top rope. Suicide splash through the bottom rope, fired up. The Braun and Braun connection come through the through to the stage, but CM Punk appears to chase them off with a chair. Crucifix pin for a deep two from Mysterio. Uppercut off the second. Logan catches him and counters with a gallon throw. Uh, Paul Heyman is at ringside. Logan crawls over and Heyman slips the brass knuckles to Logan Paul. Logan Paul goes to hit him, but Ray ducks him and then hits him with the knees, gets him on the second rope. 619 connects. Ray then grabs the knuckles, and as he's going to grab the knuckles are kind of like on the apron. So Ray had to lean to the second rope to go pick him up. And when he goes to pick him up, the masked man is back and um, he hits Rey Mysterio with the curb stomp onto the apron. Ray then falls back into the ring. Logan Paul goes up for the superstar frog splash, is what they're calling it. And he gets the one, two, three. And then, so usually the last 3 weeks, you've seen the mystery man appear. He'll attack the guy and then he'll run off into the crowd. That didn't happen tonight. He he hit Ray with the curb stomp, and he just stayed there. He just stood there on the ring apron, and he watched Logan Paul beat Rey Mysterio. So then Logan Paul pins Rey Mysterio, and he's kind of looking up, like, who the hell is this guy? He's probably he has his nuts with him, thinking that the mystery guy's going to attack him as well. But then CM Punk, he starts running down to the ring with the steel chair. He Mystery Man runs off through the crowd, and then he starts running up towards the through the crowd towards the concession area. But then he stops halfway, turns around, takes the hood off, takes the mask off, and Austin Theory is back. I mean, are we surprised? Are we surprised? This was probably the worst kept secret next to Penta debuting earlier this year. I'm I'm okay with this. Good for first of all, good for Austin Theory. Um, I think this is going to benefit him very well. Um, because Austin Theory, I've always liked Austin Theory. I've always appreciated him. I've always been a fan of Austin Theory. Um, he's a very talented wrestler, but they just couldn't find the right gimmick for him. The selfie gimmick, it was okay, but that was only going to get him so far. He wasn't going to be a world title contender or a WrestleMania main eventer or anything like that when he was doing the selfie gimmick. And I mean, it he probably would have had better success if Vince was around, because clearly you could Vince saw more in Austin Theory than Triple H did. Because as soon as Triple H took over, he really didn't do anything with Austin Theory. The only thing he did with Austin Theory was he had him beat John Cena at WrestleMania, then did absolutely nothing with him afterwards, and then he paired him up with Grayson Waller, like I was saying earlier, and they did nothing with that either. They won the tag team titles, but that was pretty much it. So Austin Theory being under the wings of guys like Logan Paul, Bron Breakker, Paul Heyman, especially Paul Heyman, I think that is going to benefit Austin Theory in a great way. And I'm looking forward to what Austin Theory does in this group, because I think you did need to add more members to the Vision. I mean, they got three big names in there already, but I think you could add one or two more. I think you could add one more besides Austin Theory and the rest of those guys. But um, and then hell, it seems like the crowd likes Austin Theory because I don't know if you heard, but we got Austin Theory chance, and he does look different. He cut his hair off. He's got a he almost has no hair. He's got like a buzz cut. I mean, it's real close to being bald, and he looks like he trimmed his beard a little bit. But I'm looking forward to this. Um, like I said, I'm a fan of Austin Theory, and I think this is going to work out well for him. So I didn't think we were going to get the reveal tonight. I really thought we were going to wait until that first Raw 2026 when Bron Breakker challenges for the world title against CM Punk. That's when I thought we were going to get the reveal, but we got it tonight. So we'll see. We'll see how things go for Austin Theory, but I am hopeful. Fingers crossed that it works out well for him because he's such a great talent at such a young age, and so yeah. But that's it for this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. I thought it was a pretty solid show. It was good. We kind of got a glimpse on what's next for Gunther. Not 100%, but they planted some seeds, and we saw that Gunther is pretty much now the biggest heel in the company. He was getting the 2023 Dom Mysterio levels of boost tonight, and then Austin Theory made his return tonight. Those were the two big things coming out of this Monday Night Raw tonight. So, yeah, solid show. If you guys did enjoy this Monday Night Raw review, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed it, what was your favorite part of the show? Anything like that. And hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Come help us make Wrestling City the greatest city in the world for all of your wrestling content. I promise you, you will enjoy your stay here in Wrestling City. And that's about it. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. God bless. Peace. Oh.